Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Before we get started today, I just want to give a big shout out to the first 5 commenters from my last video. Thank you so much to Lynn Nails 81, Stamped by Jessica, Linda's Pretty Press-Ons, Kiara Creations, and Nurse Katie Does Nails. And thank you to each and every single one of you that take the time out of your day to watch, like, subscribe, and interact with my content. And talking about those who interact with my content, please keep an eye out during my video for my member shoutouts. Most of my members have content of their own, and those that do, I have made member shoutouts to pop up during the video with all of their socials on them. So please go check them out, show them the love that they show me, and I hope that you enjoyed today's video as well. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name's Katie. This is the katiecatnails channel, and today we're going to be doing some Born Pretty PR. Born Pretty reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to check out these new products that they had. I said, of course, and so here we are. And I'm very excited to get into this today. So the first thing they sent was some 5D sculpting gel, and we're going to be using all of the products from today. We're going to create like a fun fall 3D set. See, it's like a jelly gel. Trying to see if I can like pop that back in, but no, I think that's gonna, and it does hold its shape very nicely, but we're gonna play with this a little bit more once we get started with the actual nail art. They also sent to me their watercolor nail gel. Now I do, where is it? Hello, where are you? Where are you? Well, anyway, I do have their, a larger bottle of their watercolor nail gel. It's quite old, a couple years old, so I don't know if it's the same formula as this, but we're going to play with this today and find out. And then they also sent me some polishes. Okay, so they sent me 2 cat eyes, and they sent me 2 jellies. I have the first coat swatches here. Let's go ahead and do the cat eyes first. I mean the jellies first. So I thought that these would be really cool to create, like, and I'm so sorry that the first layer is a little scratched up. I did these right before I got sick, and they've kind of just been like shuffling around my desk slowly. But you'll be able to see what a nice fresh coat of one coat looks like on the stick. So it's like this really pretty kind of like brownish orange. It's super, super pretty. Almost reminds me kind of like, I don't even know. Yeah, just kind of like a brownish orange, I guess. But it's super pretty. Definitely perfect for this time of year. We still have, and as you can see, you add that second coat and that really brings out the brown in it. So then you end up with like this maple syrupy, like natural maple syrup brown jelly color, and that is just absolutely gorgeous. I love that so much. This is going to be such a fun set today. I hope that you guys like it. I had something super, I don't know, not something planned, but like I kind of have like an idea of what I want to do. I'm just going to wipe that off here. Okay, so that's 1 coat on the stick. And then you see how you get like that nice maple syrup brown, maple sugar brown with 2 coats. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, the next color that they sent me was, well, I chose, they gave me a list of things to choose from, and these are the things that I chose. Is this really cool kind of bright yellow, but it's not like a bright yellow. I want to see what it looks like with 2 coats. So this is 1 coat, and again, you'll be able to see a fresh 1 coat once we get to the swatch stick. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the second coat so that we can see what this looks like with a little bit more color to it. And to me, it's kind of giving, giving like, you know, those lemon pies that you could buy at the store, like the little mini pies and the tiny little in like the bodegas or the little generals, or, you know what I mean? You could get like this little fruit pie. It kind of reminds me of lemon filling. That is such a pretty color with 2 coats. I don't think I have anything quite like that. And then let's just go ahead and see what a fresh 1 coat is going to look like on the stick. And again, you can see that has like that really citrusy, kind of like fresh lemon juice color to it. Super cool. Okay, now this one is Violet Haze, and the base has like a pinkish, kind of purplish shimmer to it. Where's that white thing I had? Let me grab my drill bit book. You see how it's like a pretty super pretty. I love that so much. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what one coat activated is gonna look like. And this is what it looks like coming out of the bottle. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. Okay, and this is what it's gonna look like with 2 coats unactivated. I love that you can already kind of see the purple under there. So let's just go ahead and activate this bad boy. All right, and that is what it is looking like activated over itself. Yeah, this is the last time you come in and out, Aria. Come on now. Close the door for her, Anders.
I just have to get a doll, okay?
That is such a pretty golden color. Oh, look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. She's getting a doll. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. I'm going to go ahead and cure for 60 seconds, and then we're going to take a look at what one coat activated looks like on the stick. Okay, so again, this is what one coat unactivated with one coat activated over it looks like. How freaking pretty and golden and fall is that? Absolutely gorgeous. All right, and now we're going to see what one coat. Okay, and so that's what one coat of it was looking like before it got all scratched up. So let's take a look at one coat is going to look like activated. And look at that. Look how pretty that is. Oh, this is such a good one. That is a great fall color. Okay, and the final polish that we received is called First Love. All right, so this is what it's looking like with one coat unactivated. Okay, so let's go in and pop on a second coat and get that going, see what we're looking at. And this is a water light. The other one was a glass, and this is a water light. So let's go ahead and check her out. Trying to work with this new angle here, sorry guys. All right, so there's 2 coats. If you so wanted, not activated. Bet you could probably do like the pearl stuff with it too. All right, let's go ahead and activate it. And look at that. Look how pretty that is. Beautiful. Airy. This is one of my favorite kind of cat eyes. It's kind of like the water light with that beautiful, just like really, really sharp, foggy smoothness. Okay, I cured that for 60 seconds. Again, this is what one coat unactivated with one coat activated looks like over the top of it. And we're going to go in with one coat on the stick. And you can see what that looks like with one coat. Very pretty. And now we're just going to activate her. And look how pretty that is. That is such a beautiful light color. Super pretty. Absolutely love that shift. All right, and these are, if I can get them back in order. All right, so these are the 4 colors that I received. Those are the 2 cat eyes. I absolutely love them. I think they are gorgeous. So I already have like a pinky white base, and then I have my 4 colors. So I'm gonna play with the marble gel and the watercolor nail gel, and we're going to see what we can't come up with. I do have a 10% off discount code. I'll go ahead and pop it right up here on the screen for bornpretty.com. Save yourself some money. It's also an affiliate code, so I do earn a small kickback from whatever you spend in the store. It doesn't cost you any money, but it does help me earn a couple bucks. So thank you so much in advance if you're able to use the code. If not, thank you so much for just being here. If you do enjoy today's video or the design that I'm about to do, please hit that like and subscribe button and drop me a comment down below. Let me know that you're here. And if you're interested in members only content, go ahead and check out my description box for that as well. There will be a link that will take you to the sign up page where you can learn more about the 2 tiers. The first tier starting off at 99 cents. All of these things help out my channel immensely, so thank you guys just so much for being here with me. And let's just go ahead and jump right into the design. Alrighty guys, it's time to get into the design, and let me tell you, this is not how this design was supposed to turn out. I'm using the pink, the pinky cat eye, and I'm going to put it on all 3 nails. I'm going to activate it so it's like real shiny underneath, and then I'm going to go ahead and cure each of them for 60 seconds. So originally I was like, okay, I've never done tortoiseshell, but I thought that these would be really cool colors to try to manipulate into a tortoiseshell. So I'm like, all right, let me see what I can do, because, you know, sometimes it just works out, you know. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm like, all right, let me try this. So yeah, like it started out good, like it was looking good in my head, and then things just, they changed. They just, I don't know how we ended up where we ended up, but that's where we ended up. So yeah, so I'm going to bring you guys on the ride with me, because I didn't think, it's just funny how I intended to create something completely different, and then it turned into something else, but it still looked kind of cool. You know what I mean? So I did the 1 coat of the cat eye, the pinky cat eye, across the 3 nails. I activated it, I cured it for 60 seconds, and now I'm going to go in with the watercolor gel from Born Pretty, and I'm going to put that all over the nail. I'm not going to put too much, but I do want like a nice even layer for these colors to sit on. So I'm going to go in with the yellow first, and I'm kind of going to make like little circles and marks, and like just kind of like what I had in my mind as like the tortoiseshell. Of course, you know me, I didn't think to pull up like a picture of like a tortoiseshell design or anything like that, or, you know, maybe like rewatch a tutorial. No, I was just like, okay, I got this, and I went in, and yeah, so I think it's really cool how these nails turned out. It's such a weird, it was a very weird turn for me, I guess. But yeah, so I'm going in with the yellow. I made some smaller dots in between them. And then I think what I did was I went in with the brownish orange, and without curing this, I went in and I added some of the brownish orange to the middle of each of the yellow sections that I had made. I realized that it wasn't going to bloom out the way that I wanted. And this is when things started to kind of change. So I'm like, okay. So instead of like adding a little dot in the middle, I kind of went back in, and you'll see me touch them up and kind of spread it around to like more of a shape within the yellow. And it was looking okay by the time, you know, I was done doing all that. So I was like, okay, maybe this can be saved or whatever. So I ended up filling in like the yellow spots with the brown. And yeah, so I mean, I pretty much did the same thing on the next nail, just a little bit differently. Again, I thought I was doing something, and it didn't work out that way. But it kind of turned out cool in the end. So, you know, I still think this was a really cool process and a really cool, you know, like learning experience. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch me fiddle with the first nail, and then I'll let you watch me fiddle a little bit with the second nail, and then I'll kind of jump in and tell you what's going on. So for the second nail, I kind of basically did the same thing that I did with the dotting tool, but I went in with a brush instead, and I kind of like painted in larger areas and then a couple of like smaller ones, kind of just like haphazardly into it, kind of using like the blooming gel to kind of push the colors around. And then while that was curing, I went back to the first nail and I went in with like that really pretty fall cat eye. Oh, this one is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this so much. I'm going to have to see if this comes in a larger bottle, because this is an absolutely beautiful fall cat eye. I really like the way that it has like that, kind of like that soft orange glow to it. Like the cat eye effect has like that orange glow. Like here you can see even before you activated it, it just has like this brownish orange glow. I don't even know how to explain it except that, but you'll see it more in the other nail that I just did like this. You'll see it kind of come off with like, I think it's like the yellow interacting with the cat eye. So I decided I wanted to go in and do something a little different. So I went over the top of it with the, you know, that autumn cat eye. And then I have this little pointy magnet that Susie sent me from Susie's Nail Cues, and it creates like little holes in your cat eye. And I thought that this was really cool. This was the last point of this nail set that I thought that a tortoiseshell was going to be possible, because starting after this, after these two nails, after I do the cat eye thing, is when things just completely changed in such a weird way. But the nails ended up fitting together anyway. I don't know. This was just such a weird nail set. It's so weird how it happened, I guess. I don't know. I'm just like, like this was not supposed to be a wood set. You know what I mean? Like a tree set. This was supposed to be a tortoiseshell set. You know, me just kind of doing my thing and seeing if because a lot of times what I'll do is I'll have watched like tutorials a really long time ago. And then one day I'm like, okay, I'm finally ready to do this. And then I'll go to do it and I'll nail it, or like, you know, I'll have like my own little spin on it or whatever. But this was just not one of those times, but it's kind of cool how it worked out anyway. So I basically did the same exact thing. I went in and I painted in the brown spots inside of the yellow spots instead though. Yeah, but I think, and this was like I said, these two nails, this is the last time that I thought that this was actually going to work as like a tortoise shell. And then there's Aria. She's just like wiggling my damn lamp around. But normally my lamp is against the wall on the other desk, but I did my niece's nails on a live the other day. And I had my stuff set up on a separate desk because my work desk is against a wall so that I can have my shelves of everything right in front of me. So I have another desk that I kind of swivel around, move from place to place when I need to, but it's really, really heavy. It's not heavy, it's long. So it's like awkward. So I just like move it around in my nail room. I don't like move it around the house or anything. But so I had my stuff on that desk, and the side that the lamp is on is open instead of being against the wall. So she was able to, like, you see my stuff is just kind of like moving randomly. Yeah, that's her. She's always running my stuff. Always, always, always. I gotta get her one of those little boxes. I gotta get one. If you have a little one that's like doing nails or whatever with you, Nurse Katie does nails. She makes like these little boxes. Dee's daughter got one. DG Nails, I think. I'll link her down below. But yeah, Nurse Katie puts like these boxes together. And she put one together for Dee's daughter, and it was super freaking cute. So I definitely got to do something either similar or get her to make me one. Yeah, we'll probably see other stuff move around. But anyway, back to the nail. It's hard for me to switch topics sometimes. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I'm just doing the same thing that I did on the other nail. I just went over it with the cat eye. But I think that on this one, I liked the way that it looked. I don't remember if I activated it or not. I feel like I might not have. I feel like I liked the way that that looked. Like, remember how I was telling you about that golden? Yeah, it shows up more in that nail. Okay, so this is where everything changed. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to do like a drag marble and see what happens. So I put my blooming gel down, and then I just started grabbing a little bit of brown, swiping it through, turning the nail over, grabbing a little bit of brown, swiping it through. Kept rotating the nail and alternating between the brown and the yellow. And somehow, some way, I ended up with wood grain. I realized maybe right about now, when I created that first kind of knot. You see like how there at the top is kind of like a wood knot. I think this is the point where I realized that it was kind of like, it reminded me of wood grain. So then I started taking in, I started picking up like designated little bits of gel polish and kind of like accenting what I had already made with like the darker bits. And it definitely started looking like wood grain. And then like at this point, it's when I looked at the other two nails and I was like, okay, that kind of like, so like the one with the circles, the dots from the beginning, it kind of reminds me of like a birch tree when they shed their things, how they have like the knots that like they shed from the knots. And then the other one kind of reminds me, especially after I add the 3D gel, the other one with the patches, it kind of reminds me of, I don't know if it's an oak or an elm, but one of those trees has like plate bark. It's like squares, like it chips off in squares. And I just thought that it was such a cool, like, I don't know if like my brain was subconsciously like thinking about carpentry. I don't know. I don't know what was going on. But it worked out, and it ended up really reminding me of like trees. And I just thought that that was the coolest, I don't know, like the coolest thing. That it just kind of ended up kind of looking real cool, I thought. So then I didn't want to do too much to this nail because it just looked so cool with the pink cat eye underneath. You just have like a subtle flash every now and then. And then, so I went in with the fall cat eye and I added some darker spots. And then I kind of dragged it back through the wood grain until I was happy with the shape. Like, so that it kind of, I think I only did it in like 3 or 4 spots. And then I activated the cat eye until, you know, like I liked the way that it was shining. And then I flash cured it. And I did that 4 times. So right here is where I decided to get fancy with the 5D gel, and I basically just used it to kind of outline the areas that I had put the fall colored. I think it's like Violet Haze is the name of the fall colored cat eye, and I used the 5D gel to kind of like map it out and give it like a raised appearance, and I think it kind of magnified the cat eye underneath too. I think it gave it a really cool look to it. Definitely need more practice with this. I was not very precise. I feel like I'm a lot more precise when I use like a brush to do it. So maybe I might put some of this on a palette next time and try to use a brush to apply it. You know, in like for this part here, doing the lines, that would have made a lot more sense. And I wanted to cure it and find out if it was no wipe or not. And as far as I could tell, it wasn't. It felt like it had a tacky layer still. But before I cured it, I just wanted to go ahead and go around and clean up any of the extra gel that was there. I didn't want it to like be smudgy under the top coat, so I just tried to clean up any parts that had kind of gotten all over the nail while I was applying it. I wiped off the nail and I applied the top coat, and I'm going to go ahead and let you finish watching the rest of this part of me adding the 3D stuff, and then I'll pop back in at the end. So these are the finished nails. I really ended up loving the texture and the way that the colors overlapped each other, and just like the overall look that it gave it. So definitely happy with how these turned out. Kind of crazy how it kind of turned from like one thing into another, but definitely feel like it worked out pretty damn well. Thank you so much to Born Pretty for sending me these products to try out. Don't forget I have a 10% off at discount code, which also helps me out because I do earn a small percentage of whatever you spend on the online store if you use my code. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the design or how it ended up turning out, and hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video. For For now, I'm going to leave you with please be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I hope that you'll join me for future videos.